Hello and welcome to Trashy Trashy, where we take a dumpster dive on this week's garbage people and look at all the trashiest news stories. My name is Erica, and I am your host.
And my name is Cassandra, and I'm your other host. And it is just a beautiful day because I'm talking to Erica Curry. She's on the other line.
Hello. I am talking to Cassandra.
Hello,
All right,
hello.
if you're still with us, thank you.
Please don't turn off.
We promise we will stop singing. Well, let me correct that. Cassandra has a beautiful singing voice. I promise I will stop singing.
Now you knock it off. I've seen you do karaoke, and we were at a Mexican place that I don't think is there anymore in Silver Lake.
Yep.
And the margaritas were flowing and they were cheap. And Erica's gets called up to do karaoke. It's her turn. And she goes up and does a song I've never seen anyone do in karaoke before. Come on, feel the noise. Girls, rock your boy. It was fucking sick.
I karaoke to one song and one song only, and that's Quiet Riot's Come On Feel the Noise.
And go wild, wild, wild. Like when I hear that song, I don't hear Quiet Riot. I hear you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's because you don't have to sing at all. You can just kind of scream the whole song.
You're making people feel the noise.
I make them feel the fucking noise.
Oh, man. I miss karaoke. Ooh, I miss it.
I live next to a karaoke bar, like a popular karaoke bar that I've never been to.
I don't want to reveal where you live, but tell me what the bar is and then cut it out. Oh, yeah. I've been there. So you can cut back in. I have been to where she's talking about.
Okay.
It's fun. It's a great one.
They're doing a grand reopening on the 15th when everything opens up in California.
Oh my God. That shit's gonna suck, but in like a month or two, we should really go when people are like over it again.
Yeah. I like the private room karaoke bars, like Soup Sop or things like that. I'm a big fan of get a select group together. We own the room.
Yeah, I mean, I go both ways. I'm a little bit performative. I have a couple songs. I'll do Leslie Gore, You Don't Own Me is a real crowd pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do that if it's like kind of more of a mixed crowd, a loud crowd that I need to really get their attention. If it's more of an intimate setting, I'll sing Too Much by the Spice Girls. And that gives me an opportunity to really get in people's face. It's obviously pre-COVID, and it's going to be post-COVID because I'm vaccinated, baby. The intimate rooms, those are fun because I can try some things that I've never done before.
Right.
Yeah.
I almost said I'm vaxxed, I'm waxed, and I'm ready, but I can't get a laser hair removal appointment or a waxing appointment to save my life.
I really want a laser on my legs, but I gotta wait for winter because apparently that's because you can't have your legs exposed to sun after you get laser for a while, right?
Right. Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
but all the places are booked up.
In the winter?
No, right now everybody's trying to have a hot girl summer and everybody's trying to get lasered.
But did they not just hear what I just said? You can't show your legs.
Yeah, not a problem for some people. I'm trying to do my bikini area and my underarm and my upper lip. I got hairy areas.
Man, my upper lip has been giving me guff lately. Because I haven't had a wax in so long that you get your eyebrows waxed and the lady who's waxing your eyebrows always makes the unwelcome suggestion to do your lip. She's always right.
Yeah.
But it hurts all the same. And so I haven't had it done in a while. And I just switched foundations to this really great one. But the one that I had before that was on its last legs, every once in a while I'd catch myself in the right light and I'd go, oh, hello, sir. Your table's over here. So yeah, I need to be. Also, no shame if you're loving your mustache, no matter what your gender is, live your life. I just don't like mine very much.
Yeah, it's a personal preference. Why are you trash this week?
I suffer from an ailment that I like to call housewife syndrome, where I cannot clean my apartment without being like wasted.
Okay.
So I deep cleaned my apartment recently, and I got started around 11:30 a.m. A good time at 11:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning. What a great time to clean. And I had to crack a cold one and got like 2, 3 beers in. I'd only eaten like very little because it was a small breakfast kind of morning. My apartment looks awesome. It's cleaner than it has been in months because I really got in nooks and crannies. But my partner called me up to meet up with me like later in the day, and he was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I was like, "I am drunk right now. Like, you're gonna have to come and pick me up if we're gonna spend time together because I cannot drive. But you gotta see my place. It looks great." So I call it housewife syndrome because I feel like, like a lot of those women drink white wine while they,
Mm-hmm.
move through their
Palatial mansions and clean.
yes, those were the words I was looking for. Why are you trash?
Well, in college, I worked for a popular tanning chain, and I was also,
Okay. We all know that for sure.
yep, Tan Erica was an entity in college. And one year we were working, like one of my student organizations was working with Relay for Life, which is a cancer fighting organization.
Uh-huh.
And I made the suggestion that, the Riviera, the place where I worked as a tanning attendant and marketing director, self-appointed, said, the Riviera should be a sponsor of Relay for Life. And everyone looked at me as if I'd grown a third head.
Oh my God.
And we're like, Erica, like, you cannot have a tanning salon sponsor Relay for Life.
You're like, wait, no. Trust me, it makes sense. It's like when the cigarette companies sponsor, like the anti-smoking campaigns. Like,
Exactly.
we cause skin cancer. Now we want to be part of the fight.
I did make the pitch. I'm like, we offer spray tanning, as if that's any better.
Look, let me take you for a ride in the Hummer. That might change your mind.
Exactly. Let me bribe you with a ride in this giant yellow Hummer wrapped in naked ladies.
Oh my God. Oh, you had a good heart. Your intentions were good, but you weren't working for the right company.
Nope. I was on the wrong side of history.
You want to get into our first story because it deals with a man who's working for his own company, I guess.
Yeah, let's get into it from abcnews.com. Ohio garbage man pleads guilty to dumping trash, waste on his own property. The cleanup is estimated to cost nearly $1.3 million.
This man, 52-year-old Donald Combs of Milford, Ohio, could face possible jail time for picking up thousands of pounds of trash over 4 years and putting it into an unlicensed landfill adjacent to his home, as well as at an unlicensed commercial site of his waste hauling business in nearby Gozan Township, an Ohio Attorney General's office announced on Thursday. Whoa.
Yeah. Combs, described by the state authorities as a mass polluter, would solicit waste hauling businesses by placing ads on Craigslist. He would also undercut competitors who factored into their prices the appropriate cost of property dumping solid waste in a licensed landfill, authorities said.
So he basically was like, I have all this property. I'm going to make a landfill out of it so that I have a business. I mean, they said that some of the piles of like this like trash and waste were mixed with construction and demolition debris, probably because people were throwing that shit away too. And it was over 20 feet high.
That is trashy. We talk
Quite
a lot
literally.
about subjects on this pod that are questionable trash. This is straight up trashy.
Well, I mean, because the thing is like, he must not have known.
Oh, I think he knew.
Okay. Maybe he just didn't realize what the big deal was then.
Yeah, I think I disagree. I think he knew when he was undercutting prices of people that had to factor in like licensed landfills. Like, I think he knew exactly what he was doing.
Well,
He's
right, but it's like, well, those types of people who are like, oh, I'm not going to get a fucking permit to build a shed on my property. It's my property. And then all of a sudden their shed is like sinking because they didn't get a permit and they didn't find out that that land was bad. It's like, I don't think that they thought necessarily that they were, again, it's what's the big deal rather
right,
than he knew that he was breaking the law.
right. Combs pleaded guilty to 8 counts of felonies, 3 counts of illegal dumping open solid waste, 2 counts of illegal operation of a solid waste facility without a license, 2 counts of violating the Ohio EPA Director of Environmental Protection orders, and 1 count of illegal opening burning of solid waste.
Yeah,
Yikes.
trash burning. Yikes, bro.
I'm going to be honest. Growing up, we did not have access to a dump or trash collection, and we would burn trash on our own property.
I mean, isn't that what people what we're supposed to do?
I don't know what the rules are. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how where trash goes. You'd think we would. I don't know. I put it in the dumpster outside of my apartment building, and then it just goes away. Bye.
And I never think about it again.
Nope. As far as I'm concerned, it bippity boppity boop. It's gone.
Speaking of things going away and hiding, let's get into our next story from CNBC.com.
Spouses in divorce proceedings are using cryptocurrency to hide money. Here's how experts find it.
The dramatic rise of cryptocurrency has led to some spouses hiding those digital assets during divorce settlements, and tracking down the funds isn't easy, experts say.
Man, this is some petty shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, petty shit that you don't want to split your stuff halfway, so you just, like, invest a bunch of secret, like, or, I don't know, like, you have your own secret bank account that you don't want a divorce lawyer to dig up or courts to dig up. So you just like quickly like put it all in Doge.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I'm finding out is a risky investment.
Yep, absolutely. But whatever. It's gambling. So more than 20 million Americans may own cryptocurrency, and the digital currency market values grew to a record $2 trillion in April. These spikes may be enticing more spouses in divorce proceedings or those thinking about divorce to conceal their stash, experts say. Also, I like that they keep saying spouses. Let's be fucking honest. These are like men, right?
Hashtag not all men, but yeah.
Yeah, like I only ever hear men speak about cryptocurrency, minus you and I speaking about it on this podcast, but I did it because I heard men talk about it and I thought it would be silly.
Same.
Like, I literally saw something, I saw a meme on Instagram that was like, hey guys, like, let her believe in astrology. You talk about cryptocurrency and that's way more embarrassing. Like,
no shit. Should we claim the domain name like cryptogirls.com?
Yes. However, if we do that, we're going to have to start posting porn because it sounds like it.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
For example, spouses may suddenly have a bunch of extra money, or they may make a large purchase, such as an expensive new car.
This is a way that experts are tracking down like hidden funds like random moments of wealth.
Mm-hmm. Forensic experts scour electronically stored information for digital currency ticker symbols or search device logins for credentials.
They also might check confirmation emails from exchanges or transfer activity from bank statements. And there might even be records of the cryptocurrency income on past tax returns. Because if you're like trying to prove your income, if you're moving into a new house or something like that, you're going to have, some cryptocurrency. I mean, you do have X amount of dollars on paper.
Right. We're looking for people that have made significant amounts of money for it to be worth the investigation, says Radna. $5,000 worth of crypto is not really worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's, and this isn't like, this article goes on to like talk about like, this isn't Bitcoin or Ethereum. Like these are like, we're talking like kind of more down low cryptocurrencies that are popping up that I don't know exactly. I don't know how people find out about them or how they make so much money off of them. I have some advice though. If
Yeah.
you're going through a divorce, and you're trying not to surrender half of your assets because you and your former spouse didn't get a prenup agreement, or perhaps in your prenup agreement is not no longer, working for your divorce, don't buy a new car.
Hey, that's some pretty solid advice.
Don't make a big large purchase.
Mm, pretty solid advice.
Get all the cash out of the bank and bury it in the backyard.
Yeah, do it the old-fashioned way. Hide it in a mattress and then hope the house doesn't burn down.
Yeah, like, because here's buying an expensive new car. I mean, that's just bad business in general. Like
Yeah.
if you there's no reason to get a car other than the function, or if you really just want it, because that thing depreciates the second you get rid of it. Like you're not going to get your money back on that.
Nope.
So, this is not an investment. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. And if it's mostly men that are doing this, don't they deserve to have a little something for just them?
Yeah, I mean, besides just me giving divorce advice.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, how about a list of gifts that maybe they would like for Father's Day?
Ooh, like a personalized guide for the craziest Father's Day gifts of 2021?
Yes. See, we're doing something a little bit different right now because the Father's Day is coming up. And I love these gift lists online. I don't, very seldomly do I ever like see something on there that I go, oh, that's actually a good idea. I just like to look at them because it's obviously a bunch of weird sponsored posts, or like someone who's like, I got to get 3,000 words in or I'm going to lose my job,
Mm-hmm.
So like these are the weirdest lists, but yeah, we found one on huffpost.com. These are weird Father's Day gifts for a perfect and crazy 2021.
You could get cookies with your dad's face on them.
Yeah, for the cheap price of $44.99, which by the way, they are only rated 3 1/4 stars. 45 fucking dollars to bake the cookies yourself?
No, thank you.
No way. There's also a brilliant ideas I had while pooping notebook for $17.99, because apparently you're basically spending $18 to make your dad laugh for a second because he's probably not going to jot down notes while he's shitting.
Exactly.
Like, what a weird trait for him. If that's the kind of person he is, you would know that by now.
Yeah, exactly. Honest Abe hat for dogs. Again, you're spending $8 to make somebody laugh at the idea of something.
You're also like not even buying a gift for them, you're buying a gift for the dog. This next one fucks me up. Round hot dogs. So these are hot dogs, but they're the shape of burger patties, and these are $76.
No.
76 $76 for hamburger sized hot
Hot
dogs.
dogs.
It's so fucking gross. I love a hot dog, but but don't fuck with it, because then I start thinking about what's in it too much.
Exactly. I went to a Dodgers game recently and a hot dog was like $7, but a Dodger dog was like $11. And I was like, what's the difference? And they go, one's all beef.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll choose the more expensive option, please.
Yeah, you got to go all beef with the hot dogs at Dodger Stadium. Although when you go on Dollar Dodger Dog Night, the ones that are a dollar are the cheaper ones, and you're like, I'm just gonna I'm gonna eat this long meat stick full of buttholes, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
I'm just not going to think about it.
Yum yum yum! Like, give me some onions and relish. to put on this, thing of weird cow growth. Yeah, hot dogs are gross, but ooh, I love them.
Speaking of full of buttholes, should we get into
Yeah.
our next story?
According to people.com, old Donald Trump Jr. is now on Cameo and he's selling video messages for $500 each.
It's good to be here, Don Jr., 43, says in his introduction video on the social media site, which lets users purchase videos from an array of actors, athletes, reality stars, and other personalities and influencers.
You have received a Cameo video, have you not?
I've received 2 Cameo videos. I purchased a Cameo personally, but I have received a Cameo from Winston, a Game of Thrones actor, gave me a Cameo, and Carson Kressley, my roommate, got me a Carson Kressley Cameo, and he said that he was going to check out Trashy Trashy.
I remember that.
And I was very, very pleased.
That was a good one. Thanks for listening since then, Carson.
Mm-hmm.
So $500 a piece, or if you want it, say, the 24-hour, window, it's $787 because we're talking about Father's Day. Talk about a last minute Father's Day gift. Like, oh my God, I'll have Don Jr. say something to him. That's worth the markup.
Yeah. He says that portion of the proceeds will be donated to the Shadow Warrior Project, supporting military contractors, although it's not clear what percentage of the proceeds are being donated.
Yeah. So meanwhile, New York Attorney General Letitia James, her office is saying that it's investigating the former president's private company in a criminal capacity alongside the Manhattan District Attorney. So Don Jr. told Fox News host Tucker Carlson on Wednesday that the recent criminal investigation into his family's business is racking up tens of millions of dollars of legal bills. And
they don't have it. It's a house of shadow and cards. I don't think they have that much money.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't want to say, look, I don't like Don Jr.'s politics. I don't like a lot about him, although I've listened to more about him and I kind of just pity him. At least he's working for the money.
Yeah.
It's better than it's better him being pay me $500 to do a video. At least you get a return on the money that you're giving them rather than getting some sort of email being Biden and his army of gay Chinese people are going to come and light your garage on fire unless you unless you give $500 to make America good again and blah, 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 and it's just going to their legal fees.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit better. Good for you for getting a job, Don Jr.
Yeah, it's about time you stopped sucking off the teat and got a real job.
I will say that Don Jr.'s cameos are not too far off from my Alex Jones impersonation, though, because he's sending birthday messages, congratulations on engagements, anniversaries, thanking veterans on Memorial Day, whatever. But there's also that self-promotion, on a couple who recently got engaged and celebrating their honeymoon at his family's private resorts. He slipped in, false claims about his father's 2020 election loss and attacks on President Biden's family. So,
of course, yeah, I don't know what you expect.
Yeah, that's honestly what they're paying for. I would almost be disappointed if I paid $500 in a cameo and then that person didn't loop in part of the reason why I felt compelled to pay $500 for that cameo in the first place.
Well, I know what I'm getting you for your 4th of July gift.
Don't waste your money on a cameo from Don Jr.
You kind of don't want one just for fun?
From Don Jr.? For a 4th of July gift?
Yeah. The annual exchanging of gifts on July 4th.
Yeah, well, of course. Please, I know that. I'm just saying, happy birthday to us and America.
Let's get into our next story from the insider.com.
A bride collapsed and died at her wedding. Then the groom married the woman's sister with her dead body lying in the next room.
A wedding in India took a morbid turn while the bride collapsed and died just after just before completing her wedding rituals. Instead, the groom ended up marrying her younger sister on the same day, with the original bride's body lying in another room.
The incident took place on May 27th in the village of Samaspur in the northern Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. It's per the Times of India. That's the newspaper. The wedding was between a woman named Surabhi and a man named Mangesh Kumar from a nearby village of Noali.
The two were exchanging traditional flower garlands during a ceremony called the Jamala when Surabhi collapsed on stage. A doctor rushed to treat her, but later declared she died from a heart attack. Aww.
Yeah, this is sad. So, arranged marriage, not uncommon in India. I think we all know that. This is kind of one of those things where, I was reading about this a lot, and weddings are they're not cheap. I think we all know that. But even if you're not wealthy in India, I think that the wedding is still something you end up spending a lot of money on because of status and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and go on a ledge here and say that this was maybe a happy ending to a really shitty thing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's a really tough day for the family regardless, but I think that they made the best out of a bad situation because weddings aren't cheap.
Yeah, again, when you are American and you hear that when we're this Christian nation obsessed with monogamy and obsessed with marriage in general in a different way, then that kind of sounds fucked up. But I don't know. I mean, it's kind of I don't know. First, like I said, I read more about it and I'm this is kind of nice. I mean, this is really sad, but it's kind of nice. And they said that both families sat together and someone made the suggestion that the younger sister should do it. And I mean, obviously she consented as much as one does to a arranged marriage. So I don't know.
I think they made the best out of a bad situation. It was a mixed day, a tough day for the family, and they did their best.
Yeah. Like I said, culturally speaking, this isn't my culture, so I might not understand it completely, but from what I understand, it sounds kind of nice.
Yeah. You know what else sounds kind of nice?
Oh my God. I'm literally afraid I'm going to burst into tears.
Our next story comes to us from NPR.org.
Journalism, baby.
After years of detecting landmines, a heroic rat hanging up its sniffer.
A heroic rat named Magua has been working for 5 years in Cambodia, sniffing out dozens of landmines. He is believed to have saved lives, and now the animal is about to embark on a well-deserved retirement.
Although still in good health, he has reached retirement age and is clearly starting to slow down, the nonprofit APOPO said Thursday. It is time.
Magua is a Tanzanian-born African giant pouched rat who was trained by APOPO to sniff out explosives. With careful training, he and his rat colleagues learn to identify landmines and alert their human handlers so that the mines can be safely removed.
Even amongst his skilled cohorts working in Cambodia, Magua is a standout sniffer. In 4 years, he has helped clear more than 2.4 million square feet of land. In the process, he has found 71 landmines and 38 items of unexploded ordnance.
Last year, Magua, he received one of the Britain's highest animal honors. In a virtual ceremony, the UK charity PDSA gave Magua its gold medal for life-saving work. It's an animal with an award because it saves life.
And I love a working animal. I love an animal with a job, and I love an animal with a very good job.
Oh my God.
Are you okay?
I'm so glad that we're not sued right now. Magua's medal is perfectly rat-sized and it fits onto his work harness.
The group PDSA started giving out medals during World War II to recognize animals for gallantry in the face of conflict. Previous honorees have included dogs, pigeons, horses, and a cat.
This is a cat. Oh my god, I'm hot. This is not put on. I was crying the first time reading it, and I just really like nice stuff.
It's a very sweet story. But maybe we should get into our next story, which isn't so sweet.
Yeah, please.
Let's go to Newsweek.com.
Oh my god. Husband finds wife marrying another man on social media in a $312,000 wedding scheme.
This groom certainly wishes he said, I don't.
This man was horrified to learn that his wife wed another person, and he had fallen for a complicated marriage scheme who had earned 2 con women about 32,000 US dollars.
According to a report from the South China Morning Post, or SCMP, the unidentified Chinese man was one of 19 duped by 2 masterminds and their 3 accomplices into a pricey marriage scheme.
It was noted that the scheme unraveled when one of the recently married men saw his wife being married off in March on a wedding ceremony that was being live streamed on a video sharing app available in Inner Mongolia. Which, because, like, look, just because you've already been married doesn't mean you have to stop watching Say Yes to the Dress.
Yeah, exactly. I still love reality TV, even though I'm married now.
Yeah, so, like, oh, there's going to be a live stream wedding? Like, hell yeah, I'm going to watch that. I'm sentimental as hell. Oh my god, that's my wife!
The 35-year-old claimed once he confirmed the location and it was indeed his wife, he and the other groom filed a formal complaint with the police, the SCMP reported. Once they went to the police, the marriage scam plot was uncovered.
So this man was introduced to his bride by a matchmaker known as Lee, and she asks people to pay a dowry of jewelry and cash gifts, an estimated worth of it comes to 23,000 US dollars, and that's all prior to the marriage. And then they court for about a month, and then they get married.
In the months following the nuptials, she was leaving town to allegedly visit her family to take care of personal matters. It was while she was away, police said, that she would dupe other men in a similar fashion. In total, she only spent 10 days with her husband in their 2-month-long marriage.
So the Mongolian police report revealed that 19 men total were tricked by Lee and the other women involved. I think there was 5 total that got arrested for this. I mean, this is a wild ass scheme.
Yeah, here's the thing. You don't make it like when paperwork gets involved, that's when you get fucked.
What do you mean?
Like, you could do all this pre-marriage endowment, but once you actually sign the paperwork, like, that's when it becomes a crime.
Oh, yeah. So, like, they could just be courting, engaged, all that shit, and then, like, could bounce.
Uh-huh. And it's, like, not illegal to spend money on people, but once you, like, do it in the attempt of fraud and, like, get the paperwork and the government involved, that's when you're screwed. And
you know this because you saw the movie Hustlers and said, okay, I like this idea of these women scamming these men, but I'm going to take a different approach to it. I'm going to be a matchmaker and some, women. So you're basically, you've researched this because of this, and you're hoping that Jennifer Lopez signs on.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Hey, you know what haunts my dreams?
What?
Our next story.
Oh no, from IGN.com?
An Among Us shaped chicken nugget just sold for nearly $100,000.
After JPEGs and trading cards, it seems that we may have a new entrant into 2021's list of unexpectedly huge at auction item, the humble Chicken McNugget.
Case in point, a nugget shaped like a character from Among Us sold at an auction for $99,997 US dollars. Among Us is a video game?
It's a game it's a mobile game you play on your phone or your computer. Have you played Among Us yet? No?
No.
So
no.
The concept of Among Us is that there are 2 imposters and then there are crewmates and you're on a ship. And so if you are a crewmate, you have tasks that you're trying to perform. The imposters are trying to kill you. And
Oh.
they do it, and you're only shown like a portion of the screen that you're a part of. So that way, not all 10 people playing can see what's going on at one time, or otherwise, no one would ever be able to be killed. And so the object is to kill people without being noticed. And then you call a group meeting, and then you're playing over like Discord or something along with it so that you have like an audio component. Hey, I saw a green body in the kitchen and it was killed. And then everyone has to guess who the imposters are.
Wow. Okay.
And the term "you're sus" for "your suspect" is like a big part of this. So it's like, you were sus. I saw you leave the kitchen and then the dead body was found. I think you did it.
So it's kind of like Clue.
It's basically like Clue. It's just you have like little tasks that you're performing, which are really fun. And there's like, you know, a map that you try to navigate and get into these different rooms and compartments. It's a fun game to play with a group of friends, but that is insane that something would sell for $100,000 for a crewmate shaped chicken nugget.
Yeah, so like the little guys, they look like they're just basically like little like rocket ship shaped people, but with legs, or like a chicken nugget with legs. And so to me, if I went to a McDonald's and ordered chicken nuggets, my first thought when seeing this chicken nugget would not be, oh, I should try to sell this because it looks like an Among Us character. I would go, why the fuck does my chicken nugget have legs?
Mm-hmm.
Ew, dude. Ew.
I would not, I've played Among Us and my mind would not go there first. I think it's kind of trashy. Like, what are you going to do with it once you get it? Like, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah. So it was sealed in a like air sealed frozen to send off to the person who bought it. It will expire in 14 days, which why doesn't a chicken nugget expire faster than 14 days?
Thing of nightmares.
I mean, look, Dodger Dog, yeah, feed it to me. I don't care what kind of weird tendons and ears and buttholes and things I'm eating. For some reason, I can just like let that go. But there's something about a chicken McNugget, which just, it doesn't taste like a McDonald's chicken nugget does not taste like any other chicken elsewhere. And that a McDonald's chicken nugget, it just like, I can't, it's not, it's just like, I don't know why it grosses me out more than hot dogs. It's like the same concept.
It really is. It is chicken buttholes mashed together and breaded and fried, but for some reason we love it.
Ugh, leave me out of that.
Okay, so for some reason people love it.
Thank you. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I feel pretty ready.
It's time for the dumpster fire of the week. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh.
According to Vice.com, gun church that worships with AR-15s bought 40-acre compound in Texas for its patriots.
The Rod of Iron Ministries has become more militant since leader Hugh Jin Sean Moon attended the riot at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th.
A religious sect known for worshiping with AR-15s and its MAGA politics has purchased a sprawling 40-acre compound in central Texas with its hope will safely offer a safe haven for patriots from what they believe is an imminent war brought on by the deep state, Vice News has learned.
Hey, remember last week when we were talking about how it's okay if some people in Oregon want to join Idaho?
Uh-huh.
What I don't like is 40-acre compounds in the middle of Texas for people militarizing themselves afraid of a war.
Yeah. I'm all for liberty, but this is like, we're watching something in slow motion.
Yes.
Like we're watching a disaster happen in slow motion.
Like, you want your farm to be part of Idaho? Wonderful. Oh, your crazy gun church is making themselves like. Do you ever see the movie Red State?
Uh-huh. The
By
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith. Like that's what this reminds me of.
Yeah, me too. Me too. The property, located in the small community of Thornton, 40 miles from Waco, was listed under just $1 million. It's dubbed Liberty Rock by the new owners. The Sanctuary Church, aka Rod of Iron Ministries, led by Pastor Hugh Jin Sean Moon. Members of the congregation often refer to him as King.
Because why not? You know, you got a gun church. Why the fuck not? Is the pastor just called King?
That is scary. We fought a war against having a king.
Well, also, isn't that like the whole? Well, so Moon says that it was inspired by the biblical passage in the book of Revelation that talked about Jesus using a rod of iron to protect himself and others. He concluded that this was a reference to AR-15s, an integrated high-power firearm, and brought them into regular church services, including wedding ceremonies. So let me get this straight. Jesus found like a metal stick, and now this church is like, we worship with guns. I'm king now.
Yep.
Because that's isn't that like a conflicting thing? Aren't you supposed to like? Isn't that one of the commandments that you can't worship other gods?
Yes. No. Thou shalt have no idols before me. Yep.
And what else is a king?
But an idol.
I mean, I think we all know Queen Elizabeth's going straight to hell.
Don't come for us, UK listeners.
I'm sure she's a nice lady. I'm just kidding. No, that I learned from The Crown that they are pretty religious over there as well.
Yeah.
Sean Moon's brother, Kook Jin, or Justin Moon, is the CEO of Car Arms, a gun manufacturing company headquartered nearby. Well, that feels convenient.
Well, isn't that convenient? Through the gun-centric, MAGA-friendly outlook, Moon has been able to establish some fringe political alliances. Former Trump advisor Steve Bannon spoke at a recent event hosted by the church. Pennsylvania State Senator and Stop the Steal organizer Doug Mastriano was also recently billed as a special guest at another church event.
So as Moon's church has expanded, he bought additional property and incorporated at least 2 more states, Delaware and Florida. His teachings and rhetoric have grown even more radical and militaristic. His sermons contain a wide range of topics, from the weather to why he hates ski resorts because of too many leftist lunatics, and how to prepare for the coming false flag deep state war. Look, I'll give you the weather. God, that's annoying. And even ski resorts, the liberals. What do we mean, false flag deep state war? I don't like that.
Yeah, those are 5 very scary words to me when put together.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The new property, known locally as Running Branch Camp and Marina, came equipped with a general store, fishing equipment, an industrial kitchen, RV hookups, cabins, and camping sites.
Well, see, now this sounds fun. Right? You know? You got
gun camp sounds fun.
gun church, but you could hook up the RV and go fishing. I don't know. Oh, wait. They have a GoFundMe seeking $21,000 for renovations? Okay.
Uh-huh. It's a dangerous time in this place of refuge and retreat if our community needs it, Moon said in one of his recent sermons titled The King's Report, which he typically delivers wearing a crown made of bullets and a gold AR-15 displayed behind him. Of course, in a worst-case scenario.
Oh, you got a bullet crown? What is happening? Are guns penises?
Yes, they are an extension of the penis.
I'm having.
She's speechless.
I am, because it's like, what is happening? Look, you want your Second Amendment rights. Fine. Mm-hmm. This is how the Constitution, for whatever reason, has been translated in our normal day. Fucking fine. I don't like it, but fine. But to have this weird fixation on an object, not just any object, like a gun, to a point where you're Bullet Crown, and like this is his stance. This is a one issue church, and it is just the right to have military grade, kill a lot of people at once weapons. Like, this is just crazy to me. I mean, not even like in a way of like, oh, I don't agree with this. It's like also like, is everyone okay?
Well, according to a recent sermon by Moon, the internationalist Marxist globalists are trying to start a civil war here so that they can bring in the UN troops and the Chi-Com Chinese military to come in and destroy and kill all gun owners, Christians, any opposition, i.e. Trump supporters. He said, matter-of-factly in a recent sermon, we are at the death of America right now, and that's why, of course, God is allowing our expansion. This is scary shit. And like, this is like, if we find like a mass suicide has happened because of all of this, I would not be surprised if in 5 years we hear about something awful coming out of this.
Of course. We don't have it in front of us, but like there was other things in the article, like former members of this church, like then like checking in to see what's up and like feeling so disconnected. Like, I mean, you know, this is a cult with, I mean, I don't think anyone would argue with that. And that's when religion gets particularly scary for me, is like when it's like, when other people of the same religion are looking at you and going, "Ugh, those people are crazy." Like, it's kind of like, oh boy, like what happened? Where's the disconnect? And also, how can we help these people? These heavily armed people living in their own fucking communities in remote Texas that I don't think anyone's going to be able to get near.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can only hope that they come to some type of rational exit and realize that like there is no deep state coming for your I mean, I don't know.
On January 3rd, his church sent out a notice to members. Some federal agents operate as criminal cartel and are in the process of stealing this presidential election. We need to prepare and train for the fight. This is on January 3rd, so like 3 days before the insurrection. It's obviously better if we can use our rights to freedom of speech, assembly, to seek redress of grievances. Otherwise, we will have to fight physically with many dying. Okay, that notice, anyone who doesn't think that there were people showing up at that insurrection ready to fuck shit up?
Yeah.
Like, there were. Not everybody. A lot of people just went. You know, I mean, it's not great, but a lot of people just went. It is what it is. But there were people there ready to, like, really, really fucking go nuts.
Yeah. No, 100%. They were prepared. They came with handcuffs, like, you know, plastic handcuffs. Like, they were there to fuck shit up. Yeah.
Yeah. So 3 days later, when Trump's fans gathered in Washington, D.C., the insurrection, Moon posted a video to Instagram from outside the Capitol amid the insurrectionist mob running from clouds of tear gas with his wife and brother. So, yeah, I don't know. This is definitely a dumpster fire, I'd say. Big, scary gun cult. It has 40 acres in Texas and Delaware and Florida, and don't try to fucking. I mean, it's kind of libertarian, I suppose.
Yeah.
Don't tell them that, but
yeah,
I don't know. This is very scary stuff.
Very scary stuff.
Yeah.
Are you hoarding anything?
I am. Okay, so I was in Denver a few weeks ago, and they had, you know, like they've lifted their mask mandate for a little while, and so it was my first time kind of being out and about without a mask on, which was really fun. Not gonna lie to you. So my partner and I started dating about 9 months ago, and we started dating within COVID and quarantine, and we realized we'd never done a photo booth together, like the little strip of pictures. So, yeah, so I'm hoarding photo booths because they're coming back, baby. You know, like they were all closed at all the bars, and like even when bars started to reopen, they weren't reopening their photo booths for whatever reason. Probably because like you're not eating or drinking in there, and you're not going to take pictures with masks on. But I think when they lift the mask mandate everywhere, like you can go to photo booths, and like if you started dating someone in quarantine, go get pictures. It's so cute.
I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah, that was really fun. What are you hoarding?
I'm hoarding a book called The Wreckage of My Presence by Casey Rose Wilson of Saturday Night Live and Happy Endings fame.
Mm-hmm.
And she hosts the podcast, the wildly popular podcast, Bitch Sesh, about the housewives.
Mm-hmm.
And she came out with a book of essays that is fucking hysterical. And she's very funny and a very good writer. And I really appreciate this book, The Wreckage of My Presence.
Fun fact, I'm friends with one of her longtime assistants, and Casey was getting rid of some clothes, and my roommate at the time, shout out to Ashley Snyder, went through the clothes that our friend brought over and grabbed some pajama shorts. And these pajama shorts were like not cute. They were very unflattering, but apparently, according to Ashley, they were so comfortable. But she would wore these shorts like every day. And they were Casey Wilson shorts.
Fun fact.
Very fun fact. This is what you get when you live in LA, baby. Sometimes you get hand-me-downs from celebrities.
You throwing anything away?
Yes, and I'm very fucking serious with this. Because of a lot of reasons, dealing with our economy and some propositions and a lot of shit, Lyfts and Ubers are not as easy to find as they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not a lot of incentive to become a driver right now. I mean, especially with it might not feel safe with, COVID still, and you don't make a lot of money and whatever. I'm not going to get into that. It is what it is. All I'm saying is that with rising prices because of less drivers for Lyft and Uber, I am very afraid that drunk driving is going to go up. Because drunk driving went down a lot when Lyft and Uber became a thing. Mm-hmm. And prior to them, we at least had cabs. I don't know how to get a cab anymore. I don't think anyone does. So I am throwing out drunk driving. Do not do it. We literally just spent over a year inside. So if you're going to drink and you don't want to spend $20, $30, $40 to get a Lyft or an Uber, or like maybe there's 3 of you and you don't want to spend the even more money to get an XL because no one can sit in the front seat. This is not an ideal time for Lyft and Uber at all, but also all the bars are opening. Do not drunk drive. I'm throwing that shit out. Be safe, be safe, be safe.
Yes, I 100% agree. And thank you so much for emphasizing that and just reminding everyone like it can wait. Like it can.
Drunk driving is not even trashy. It's just fucked up.
It's just fucked up. Yeah. Like we disavow that type of trash.
Boo. What are you throwing out?
Well, I feel like a jackass for just throwing out a flavor of LaCroix.
Which one though?
The new black raspberry.
Oh, I haven't tried it.
It ain't good. It ain't good.
I mean, to be honest, they haven't had a good flavor introduction since key lime.
Oh, and key lime, very controversial. I don't care for key lime.
Oh my God, I would fucking go to war over key lime.
I would join gun church for key lime.
I might. I don't know, because when you crack that open, that first couple sips tastes like a Skittle.
I love it. Yeah, I don't care for black raspberry.
Do you like coconut?
Raz with 2 Z's. Hate coconut.
All right, good. We can keep doing this podcast then.
Okay, good.
I don't trust someone who likes coconut LaCroix. That shit tastes like shampoo, and you know it.
Mm-hmm. Where can the people find you?
At Cass Cardenas on Instagram and Twitter. And I'm on a podcast on the Smodcast Network called The Nooner Show. Or The Nooner Podcast. I don't know what that shit's called. I've only been on it for like 5 or 6 years. Where do people find you?
At Iconic Erica Curry and at Gillygal on Twitter. And you can find this pod at Trashy Trashy Pod on Instagram and on Twitter, or at our website, www.trashytrashypodcast.com.
Please, on the website, you can submit why you're trash this week. You can submit Vegas stories. We're looking for those, as you know. We love when you guys send us news stories. We love when you guys talk to us at all. We love you.
We love you so much, listeners. We want to thank you. Right now, we sit at 95 reviews for this podcast, and we're not even a year old. Like, that's because of you. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys so much. You're the best.
Hey, Cass.
What's going on, girl?
Stay garbage.
You stay garbage, girl.
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye.